सबा जो आई है करबला से, सबा जो आई है करबला से, हजारों सदमे उठा रही है। हुसैन इब्ने अली के गम में, हुसैन इब्ने अली के गम में, लहू के आंसू बहा रही है। गले पे असगर को तीर मारा, तड़प के ज़ैनब ने ये पुकारा, हाँ ये पुकारा। गले पे असगर को तीर मारा, तड़प के ज़ैनब ने ये पुकारा। मिला न पानी का एक कतरा, मिला न पानी का एक कतरा, सकीना सबको।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह रब्बिल आलमीन, वल आक़िबतु लिल मुत्तक़ीन, वस्सलातु वस्सलामु अला सय्यिदिल अंबिया'i वल मुरसलीन, व अला आलिहि व अस्हाबिहि अजमाइन। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना व मौलाना मुहम्मद व अला आलि सय्यिदिना व मौलाना मुहम्मद व बारिक वसल्लिम। रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। अल्लाहुम्मा इफ़्तह अलैना हिकमतका वंशुर अलैना रहमतका या ज़ल जलाली वल इकराम। हस्बुनल्लाहु व निअमल वकील व निअमल मौला व निअमन नसीर। आमीन या रब्बल आलमीन। So assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brothers and sisters. Welcome you, I welcome all of you in Karbala series. So today inshallah aziz we're going to continue from where we left in my last session of the Karbala series. So now we know that in 60 after Hijri, Yazid became the Khalifa, and it was the month of Rajab in 60 after Hijri. And the minute he became the Khalifa, the very first thing that he did, he wanted to get the oath of allegiance from Imam Hussain. This is what his desire, and this is what one of his mission in his early stage of his Khilafat. So that is why Yazid sent urgent orders to Walid bin Uqba. He was the governor of Medina at that time, and he was a soft spoken person, he was a soft heart person, he was not strict and stern like other governors, like other rulers. So he sent a letter to Walid bin Uqba, who was the governor of Medina, because remember at that time Imam Hussain and Abdullah bin Zubair and Abdullah bin Umar, most of them, most likely they were in the Medina, they were in the surroundings of the Medina. So he gave them this order. He gave him this order that seize Hussain. Go ahead and seize Hussain, Abdullah bin Umar and Abdullah bin Zubair to give the oath of allegiance. Act so quickly that they have no any chance to do anything before giving the oath of allegiance. Peace be upon you. This is mentioned by Imam Ibn Kasir in his Kitab Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya. Because Yazid realized, my brothers and sisters, that he could never be rightfully seen as the leaders of the Muslim, as the leader of the Muslims without the backing of Imam Hussain and without the backing of these three individuals. So the minute he took the position as the Khalifa, so this was bothering him, that as long as they are not going to give me the oath of allegiance, things not going to be good, things not going to be proper, things not going to be peaceful for my favor. So early is the better. This was his thought, and this was his initial decisions the minute he became the Khalifa. So these orders were given to this governor of Medina, whose name was Walid bin Uqba. And to make it short, he approached to Imam Hussain, and he convinced them that give the oath of allegiance on behalf of the Yazid. But Imam Hussain totally denied and he rejected, and as well as Ibn Zubair, because they showed no signs of accepting him as a leader, because they did not see him as a true representative of Islam. So, bottom line, they did not give the oath of allegiance on the hand of this governor of Medina on behalf of Yazid bin Muawiyah. So now Imam Hussain realized that if I'm not going to give the oath of allegiance, they're going to put a pressure on me and as well as on my family. And he knew that no matter what happens, I'm not going to accept the Khilafat of Yazid, because he has no any signs to be the true representative of Islam, the true Khalifa of Islam. So no way I'm going to give the bay'ah, no way I'm going to give the oath of allegiance. Remember that in that time, oath of allegiance, what was the oath of allegiance? When you give the oath of allegiance, it means that you are going to accept every single thing that person is going to do. If I'm saying, Brother Hasif, give the oath of allegiance and accept me, so it means that he's going to accept my character. He's going to accept all of my decisions. He's going to accept my character, my dealings, my every single thing. This was all about the oath of allegiance. And nowadays, it has shifted to the vote. Now, if you want somebody to your leader, minister, or prime minister, or the president, so you vote. Back days, this bay'ah, this oath of allegiance, that okay, I'm with you, I'm not going to disturb you, I'm going to support you 100%. This was the oath of allegiance. So think on it, how on earth Imam Hussain, he would have, placed his hand and say, okay, I'm Yazid, I'm with you. If he would have said, Yazid, I'm with you, it means that he is also supporting all of his sins. He is also supporting all of his corruption. He is also supporting all of his bad deeds and bad actions. So this was the big deal for Imam Hussain. Probably for common people, for general people, it wasn't a big deal. They just compromised. But Imam Hussain, he was from the blessed family of Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Said, no, I can't take this blame. My nana, my grandfather is Nabi Karim Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I grown up with him. I grew up with him. I sat and I drank with him. I learned the manners from him. I learned the etiquettes from him. I learned the true teachings of Islam from him. So that is why he did not give the oath of allegiance to Yazid. And the same night, in the day, the governor of Medina asked him to give the oath of allegiance. So Imam Hussain said, okay, give me a little bit time. And then in the same night, he commanded his family, pack your bags and we're leaving. We're just leaving in the matter of 1 or 2 hours. Because he knew that if the next morning will come, once again the governor will come, he will compel me, and I will say no, so there will be the bloodshed. There will be the bloodshed in the Medina, in the blessed city of Medina, and this is what Imam Hussain wanted to avoid. For only this reason, he left the Medina. He migrated from Medina to Mecca. He migrated from Medina to Mecca. So because in order to preserve the sanctity and the dignity of this blessed land, he left the Medina for Mecca, and this occurred on Friday, 4th of Shaban, 60 after Hijri. Friday, 4th of Shaban, 60 after Hijri. Remember, Yazid became the Khalifa in the month of Rajab. So Rajab, and what comes after Rajab? Shaban. So you see, so within 1 month, less than a month, less than 20 days, all these things are happening. So you see how Yazid was quick. He wanted this oath of allegiance right away. Even the month was not passed and he wanted all these kind of things. So Yazid became the Khalifa in the month of Rajab, and Imam Hussain is now migrating. He is leaving his city, and it was not an easy thing for him. Where he lived, he spent time with his nana, with his family, with his parents, with his brothers, and now he is leaving that blessed city just to preserve the sanctity and the dignity of this blessed land, because he knew that the situation could lead to bloodshed and chaos in the home city of the beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he wanted to avoid all of that. So 4th of Shaban, he left that. He migrated from Medina to Mecca. As he set off for Mecca, Imam Hussain recited the Quranic verses while he was leaving the Mecca with his family members, with his immediate family members. He was reciting these verses of the Holy Quran while he was migrating from Medina. And these verses were recited by Musa alayhi salatu wasalam as well, where he makes this dua, قَالَ رَبِّ نَجِّنِي مِنَ الْقَوْمِ الظَّالِمِينَ, that Ya Rabbil Alameen, oh my Lord, save me from the unjust people. This was made by Musa alayhi salatu wasalam against the Pharaoh, against their tyrant ruler. So same situation is here as well. The only difference, Imam Hussain is not the Prophet. And so he's saying, Ya Allah, please save me from the unjust people, from the unjust rulers. Rabbi najjini min al-qawmi zalimin, from the unjust people, from the unjust nation. And subhanallah. And when he enters the Makkah, he recited the next set of verses of the Holy Quran, where he says, وَلَمَّا تَوَجَّهَ تِلْقَاءَ مَدْيَنَ قَالَ عَسَىٰ رَبِّي أَن يَهْدِيَنِي سَوَاءَ السَّبِيلِ. It may be that my Lord guides me to the right way. While he is entering to the Makkah, he's saying, it may be that probably this is the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's how Allah planned for me. And this is his guidance. So it may be that my Lord guides me to the right way. Means that this, whatever the migration I did, it is the right decision, which was guided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which was instructed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now, question arises, why Imam Hussain? So now, until here you understood whatever I have delivered. Now he has migrated from Medina to Makkah, and you know the reason. What is the reason? And he migrated in the month of Shaban. Now, why he chosen the Makkah? What was the reason? Because Makkah was, relatively under the lesser control of the Umayyads. It was not much under the control of the Umayyads. Umayyads mean Yazid. Okay, because Yazid was from the Banu Umayyah. There were two big tribes, Banu Abbas and Banu Umayyah, and from them there were multiple khilafat actually appeared. So that is why Imam Hussain realized that Makkah is less under the control of Yazid, because in Makkah already Hazrat Abdullah bin Zubair was there, and he already built his army to fight against the Yazid. And the matter of fact, as I have mentioned in my previous sessions, that he even fought with some of the men of the Yazid, some of the armies of the Yazid, and subhanallah, Allah granted him the success, and he defeated the armies of the Yazid, Hazrat Abdullah bin Zubair. So that is why he chosen to go to Makkah. Now the minute he entered the Makkah, so people welcomed him. He received a warm welcome from the people of Makkah, and some people say that he didn't stay in the Makkah, he was staying outside of the Makkah, but the matter of fact, he was right there in the surroundings of the Makkah. So now when the people heard that Imam Hussain did not accept the oath of allegiance of Yazid, and Abdullah bin Zubair also revolt against him, and other Muslims also revolt against him. So particularly the people of Kufa, the people of Iraq. Iraq is the country, and in the Iraq there is a city which is known as Kufa. They rejoiced because they were waiting for something like that. Because remember, they were always against the Umayyads. They were always against the Yazid. Why? There is a historical background, and they are also known, Kufan also known as the Shi'ani Ali. Shi'ani Ali is like the followers of Ali, or the groups of Ali. Remember, at that time, in the time of Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, this Shi'ani Ali, this group was only the political movement. It was not a religious movement. It was not some kind of ideological movement, something like that. That has nothing to do with the belief or with some kind of the other matters of the Islam. That was just a political movement. These because remember, in 37 after Hijri, Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu shifted his khilafat to Kufa, which was in Iraq. So even since that time, the Kufa became the place of the sympathy of Ahl Bayt. Ahl Bayt means that the family of Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Kufa became the hub or the center of the Shi'ani Ali, the followers of Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Remember, it was only the political movement at that time. They never used to curse the Sahaba and this and that. It was just a political movement at that time. So Shi'ism began from that time, and then later on it adopted the different forms. So because they were always against the Umayyads, because what happened in the time of Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, as I have mentioned, remember that in the time of Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when he became the Khalifa, on the next side, Hazrat Amir Muawiyah also declared his Khilafat, declared his there. So from that day, these people, these Kufans, they were always in the favor of Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So now they were waiting. And finally something had happened. So their hope once again soared, and so they started to say to each other that the time has now arrived, because look, Imam Hussain has already revolted, and Abdullah bin Zubair also. So this is what they wanted actually. So they rejoiced, and they were waiting for rebellion, something like that. So now they have, what they did, they started to write the letters to Imam Hussain. So now you know that Imam Hussain has already denied the Yazid, and this news has reached to the people of Kufa, and now they are happy, they are rejoiced, and now they want Imam Hussain to come and to lead them. So that is why what they did, they started to send the letters to Imam Hussain. They had their own secret meetings within themselves in the Iraq, in the Kufa, and they said, okay, look, Imam Hussain is there ready, so let's call him and we will follow him, we will take his lead, he will be our Imam, and we will go and defeat the Umayyads, we will go and defeat the Yazid, and we will get rid from the governor of Kufa, we will get rid from this Khalifa, and we will appoint Imam Hussain as our Khalifa, and this is going to be in the favor of the Muslims, and this was the right decision, there's nothing wrong in it. So they started to write the letters. And in the first letter they said to Imam Hussain, in one of the letters he said that we have kept ourselves exclusively for you. We have kept ourselves exclusively for you. We do not even attend the Friday prayers with the governor, so come to us. People of Kufa is saying, now, what is to do not attending the Friday prayer with the governor of Kufa? Because remember, at that time, if you want to boycott your Khalifa, if you want to boycott your governor, just don't attend the Friday. Don't take his lead in the Salat. That's it. This is the signal actually, you sending him that look, we're not coming in the masjid and not offering the Salat behind you. It means that we don't accept you as a governor. We don't accept you as a leader. We don't accept you as an Imam. We don't accept you as a Khalifa. This was a message, direct message and indirect message as well. So that is why they saying that Imam Hussain, look, we don't even go with him, and that's it. We have cut our relationship with them. And in the next letter they said to Imam Hussain, what they said, they said, there is no any harm over us, therefore come, so God may unite us in the truth through you. Nu'man bin Bashir is in the governor's place. Nu'man bin Bashir was the governor of the Kufa. So we do not gather with him for the Friday prayers, nor do we accompany him out of the mosque for the Eid prayers. If we hear that you will agree to come us, we will drive him away until we pursue him to Syria, means until we send him to the capital of the Khilafat, if God wills. The peace and mercy of God be with you. This is mentioned by Imam Jalaluddin as-Suyuti rahimahullah, and as well as Imam Tabari also quoted these. So now all these letters were being sent by the people of the Kufa to Imam Hussain, and they were actually, in other words, they were like compelling him, like so many letters. According to one narration, there were around 53 letters. 53 letters they sent to Imam Hussain within the period of 1 month, less than that. Okay, Imam Jalaluddin as-Suyuti mentioned that. So in the early period of the Ramadan, 60 after Hijri, over 53 letters alone were sent to Imam Hussain asking him to come to Kufa. So now we have entered to the month of Ramadan. Remember, we started from Rajab, and in the month of Sha'ban he migrated from Medina to Makkah, and now Ramadan is going on. Good. So in the month of Ramadan he is receiving the letters from the people of Kufa, letter of invitation that come in. So now when Imam Hussain received all these letters, so Imam Hussain gave the letters serious consideration, because remember, 53 letters, 60, 70 letters is a massive thing. Even one letter was enough. Because when they used to write one letter, it's not a one person is writing. There was a 20, 30 people who were behind him. Because remember, at that time, Arabs were like a tribes. So each 30 people, 40 people, they had one leader. So when one is writing, one is saying, okay, I'm with you, he has 30 people behind him as well. So these were like a very positive things for Imam Hussain, and it really made him happy. Now what he did, Imam Hussain gave the letter serious consideration, and he consulted with his associates and family. He decided to send his cousin Muslim bin Aqil to Kufa Now he decided to send his cousin, whose name was Muslim bin Aqil. He was from the Ahlul Bayt, from the blessed family of Nabi Karim sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was the first cousin of Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. So he decided to send Muslim bin Aqil basically not as a spy, to assess the situation, to analyze what is happening. Because remember, Imam Hussain were aware of the treachery of the Kufans, because they even troubled Hazrat Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu at that time. They gave a lot of hard time to Hazrat Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhu when Hazrat Ali was his capital was in the Kufa. So there was certain things, certain confusions, certain situations were going on through the Kufans. So we were aware of their character. So that is why he asked Muslim bin Aqil, go and see what is happening in Kufa, and then send me the news, if they are ready for me or not, if they are willing to support me or not, if there is any truth in their letter or not. So this was the task of Muslim bin Aqil. This was the only task of his task would be to analyze the circumstances there and investigate the level of support for Imam Hussain. So upon this assessment, Imam Hussain would then base his decision. So Imam Hussain commanded Muslim bin Aqil, his cousin, who was going to Kufa to assess the situation. He says to him that go to Kufa and investigate what they have written to me. If it is true, we will go to them. Good? We will go to them. So now Imam Hussain is sending Hazrat Muslim bin Aqil to the Kufa to assess them. And he also sent a letter with him in which he addressed the people of Kufa. And in that letter he writes, and I quote, that I am sending you my brother Muslim bin Aqil, who is my cousin and the trustworthy representative from my family. I have instructed him to write to me about your circumstances, situation and views. If he writes to me that the opinion of your leaders and of the men of wisdom and merit among you is united in the same way as the messengers who have come to me and described, and as I have read in your letters, I will come to you speedily, God willing. By my life, what is the Imam except one who acts according to the book, one who upholds the justice, and one who professes the truth, and one who dictates himself to the oneness of God. These were the instructions. Peace be upon with you. And once again, I will read the last, few last lines. Imam Hussain writes that God willing, by my life, what is the Imam except one who acts according to the book, and one who upholds the justice, because Imam Hussain, he wanted justice, and one who professes the truth, and one who dictates himself to the essence of God. Peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum. Imam Jalaluddin as-Suyuti transmitted this and mentioned this in others also. So now Muslim bin Aqil takes these letters, takes this message, and he takes also his two young sons, and he reached to Kufa. They reached to Kufa in the month of Zulqa'dah. Because remember, back there is no aeroplane, no trains, no buses. So it used to take time. From Makkah to Medina, weeks. From Makkah to Kufa, weeks as well. 2 to 3 weeks. So now all of this started from the month of Rajab, then the Sha'ban, and then the Ramadan. He heard the news. Now he's sending this, in the month of Ramadan, this is Muslim bin Aqil, and now he reached to the Kufa in the month of Zulqa'dah. Good? So when the news of Imam Muslim bin Aqil arrived in the Kufa, so they streamed to him in large numbers, and he received a warm welcome, and the locals reassured him of their allegiance and support for Imam Hussain radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. So when Muslim bin Aqil entered to the Kufa, so everybody learned and everybody knew that Muslim bin Aqil is among us, and then they knew that why he's here. He's here on behalf of Imam Hussain to take the oath of allegiance on behalf of him. So everybody, they streamed towards him, they rushed towards him, and immediately they started to give the oath of allegiance on the head of Muslim bin Aqil on the behalf of Imam Hussain. Now listen this. Within the time of 2 to 3 hours, or within one day, 12,000 people, they gave the oath of allegiance They gave the bay'ah. Basically, they touched the hands, or probably they just said it. Okay, yes, we are with you. It means that we are with Imam Hussain, and we will be with him till our last breath, till our last drop of our last drop of blood. We are with him. So when these 12,000 people gave the oath of allegiance, remember, they were like a tribe. So behind them, each tribe has 40 people behind him. So if one person is giving the oath of allegiance, it means that 40 are behind him as well. So the number were around 30 to 40,000. 30 to 40,000 people gave the oath of allegiance that we are with Imam Hussain. Only the Kufans. And 30, 40,000 is a big numbers actually. It's a huge and massive number. It's not a small thing. So now, so Imam Hussain, what is Muslim bin Aqil now knows that yes, people are with Imam Hussain, and they are going to support him, they are going to be with him. And so then Muslim bin Aqil, the minute he realized that okay, Muslims of the Kufa, they are with Imam Hussain around 40,000, so he was very happy, and he was very he rejoiced on this. So immediately he sent a letter. Let's in the month of Zulhijjah, 7th or the 8th of Zulhijjah, he writes a letter to not in the Zulhijjah, before that actually, he writes a letter to Imam Hussain that okay, whatever they said in the letters, they were true in it, and they're going to support you 100%, and we have these 40,000 people are waiting for you. 40,000 people are waiting for you. Now the minute he sent this letter, that okay, Imam Hussain, come, and people of the Kufa are going to support you, and they are in this number, 40,000. So they're going to give their life behind you. The minute he sent this letter, Yazid learned the situation in Kufa. Remember, this was not something which can be kept in secret. So the rumors, so this news, reached to the ears of Yazid. And Yazid was where? He was in Damascus. Now, understand this. Yazid is in Damascus, which is in the Damascus. At that time, Damascus was the capital of the Khilafat. Okay? So Yazid was in Damascus, and Imam Hussain is in Makkah. Okay? Imam Hussain is in Makkah. And Muslim bin Aqil is in Kufa, in Iraq. So these three places keep in your mind. So now, letter has already sent to Imam Hussain, come. And the news has, at the same time actually, news reached to Yazid that okay, this is happening. Something is going on in the Kufa, so you should better look at this. You should better control it, otherwise it will come to your throat. Go and handle it as early as possible. So Yazid heard about this, and he was very disappointed of the governor of Kufa, who was Nu'man bin Bashir. He was once again very kind person. He was a kind, so that is why this revolt was arising. That was a sign that he was a kind, something like that. Otherwise, he would have, killed it right away. But he was not much stern. He was not much strict with the people of the Kufa, those who were supporting Muslim bin Aqil. In other words, those who were supporting Imam Hussain. So Yazid learned that this is happening. So the first thing that he did, he removed the Nu'man bin Bashir from his governorship. He removed him. And now he sends one of the most vicious politicians, one of the most dangerous, cunning, who has no any mercy, how they say, ruthless or ruthless? Ruthless politician, as a governor of Kufa. And he was Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad, known as Ibn Ziyad. He was directly involved in the killing of Imam Hussain. The way Yazid was involved, he was also in a same way. He was somebody that who knew how to tackle these situations. Any task was given to him, within days, within weeks, he removes it and he does it. He does always a good job for the Umayyads, because he was very faithful to the Umayyads. Means that to the Yazid, to the Khilafat of the Yazid. So Yazid appointed him as the new governor of new governor of Kufa, and he gives him the letter as well, appointment letter. And he instructed Ibn Ziyad. While he gives him the appointment letter, he instructed Ibn Ziyad. And this is mentioned by Imam Tabari mentioned this, what I'm going to narrate, what I'm going to mention in front of you. I'm going to read the letter which was written to Ibn Ziyad by Yazid. Yazid says to Ibn Ziyad, the new governor of Kufa, that my followers among the people of Kufa have written to me to inform me that the Muslim bin Aqil is in Kufa and he is gathering the units in order to spread the rebellion among the Muslims. So therefore, when you read this letter of mine, go to Kufa and search for Muslim bin Aqil as you were looking for a bead. B-E-A-D. That's how they pronounce Adisam? Bead. Good. As you were looking for the bead. Means that find him. No matter what it costs, go and find him until you find him. Keep finding, keep looking for him until you find him. Then bind him in chains. Yazid is saying this, okay? Imam Tabari recorded this. Then bind him in chains and then kill him or expel him. You have two options. Kill him or expel him. Peace be with you. That's it. So what do you think? Which option Ibn Ziyad is going to adopt? Definitely is going to kill. Remember, he's not of mercy. He has no any percent of the mercy in his heart. So when you're giving any instruction to the ruthless person, to the dangerous and cunning and that person who has no any mercy, so definitely is going to take the worst option. So he's saying expel him or kill him. Do whatever you want to do. Yazid is saying this. Imam Tabari mentioned this. Good. So as soon as the letter was dispatched, based on the favorable findings, Imam Hussain left for Kufa on the 8th of Zulhijjah. As soon as the Muslim bin Aqil sent the letter to Imam Hussain, so Imam Hussain, now he's leaving the Makkah to come to Kufa and to be with the people of the Kufa. So now while he was leaving for Kufa, so people tried to stop him, like the great Sahaba, they started to stop Imam Hussain that don't go Kufa. We know that they are not a good people. They are not a people that you should trust on them. They are not faithful people. They're going to desert you. They're going to leave you and they're going to abandon you. And you will be all alone by yourself. We are reminding you. These were the things which was said to Imam Hussain. And Imam Hussain said, look, how can I not go to these people? Look at these letters. Look at these letters. And he had two big bags of the letters, and those two bags were filled with the letters actually. He said, look, they're calling me. What answer I will give to Allah? I don't know what is going to come in my future days, in my coming days, but look, how you will answer these things. How I should respond to these things. Muslim bin Aqil also telling me that 40,000 people are with me. These letters are also with me. So tell me, how can I stop myself? You understand it? So this was a very difficult situation for Imam Hussain, but he decided that I will go. And then he said to them that verily I had a dream. People, look, I had a dream in which I saw the Prophet ﷺ. He ordered me to do something which I will implement. And I will not tell anyone of it until I complete this ordered task. Until I complete this mission. I gave some instruction. I get some instructions. I get some commands from my Nana, from my grandfather in my dreams. And I'm going to not share to anybody until this mission is completed. This is mentioned by Imam al-Zahabi. Imam al-Zahabi in his Kitab Tarikh al-Islam. Imam Tabari also mentioned this. Good, whatever I have mentioned this right now. So now Imam Hussain is leaving now on the 8th of Zulhijjah. Good. So Yazid once again, he became the Khalifa in Rajab. In the month of Sha'ban, what happened? In the month of Sha'ban, he goes and he asks the oath of allegiance. He compels the oath of allegiance from Imam Hussain. And in the same month, Imam Hussain migrates from Makkah to Medina. From Medina to Makkah. Good, from Medina to Makkah. And then in the month of Ramadan, the letters start to come. In the Zulqa'dah, he sends Muslim bin Aqil. Good. Now Muslim bin Aqil responds to him, and now he is now leaving Makkah. He's leaving Makkah to Kufa to respond to the letters of the Kufa and to be with them. So what is the time? Next episode. So you see, so now I have wind up here. So now we know what is happening, inshallah. I try to explain in the easiest possible way. So inshallah, now we know that Imam Hussain is leaving now. He is going to Kufa now. So now inshallah, I will tell you, now the main drama begins now. The main interesting story will begin. Because when Imam Hussain reached to Kufa, Allah knows better if he reaching there or not. And what happens with Muslim bin Aqil in the Kufa. And what Ibn Ziyad does, what Ibn Ziyad did with the people of the Kufa when he was appointed as the new governor by the Yazid. So all those things I'm going to inshallah share with you in my next session. Inshallah, only 2 sessions I believe, and then we're going to close it inshallah. Because month of Rabiul Awwal is also coming, so I hope that you are looking forward for those sessions inshallah, starting from 17th of October till 28th of October. Inshallah, we will be with you for the first 12 nights in the month of Rabiul Awwal, sharing the beautiful seerah of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, singing the qasaid of Nabi Kareem Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Amazing, those 12 nights are coming inshallah, starting from 17th of October till 28th of October inshallah, between Maghrib to Isha. So until next session of Karbala series, give me permission, take care of yourself. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
सबा जो आई है करबला से, सबा जो आई है करबला से, हजारों सदमे उठा रही है। हुसैन इब्ने अली के गम में, हुसैन इब्ने अली के गम में, लहू के आंसू बहा रही है।